The cost of goods sold schedule has a lot of parts that work together to create each piece of this schedule. Let's take a closer look at this. The cost of goods sold schedule is made up of 4 parts, which we'll look at in a minute. But 3 of these parts, we use what I call the magic formula to come down to the answer. The magic formula works by taking the beginning balance plus any additions to this section of the schedule minus the ending balance. And this is going to equal 3 parts of the schedule. It equals the direct materials used, the cost of goods manufactured, and also the cost of goods sold. As mentioned before, there are 4 sections to the cost of goods sold schedule. In the first section, we take a look at raw materials, and we use that magic formula to determine the raw materials used during the period. In the second section, we look at those manufacturing costs. In the third section, we take a look at our work in progress. This will give us our cost of goods manufactured. And finally, we use the finished goods account to determine our cost of goods sold. Again, in parts 1, 3, and 4, we use that magic formula to determine the amount that we need. Let's review the manufacturing costs. These consist of the 3 product costs: direct materials, direct labor, and factory overhead. If we add those 3 product costs together, you will get your total manufacturing costs. Now let's take a look at how all these pieces fit together to perform the cost of goods sold schedule. First, we take a look at the cost of materials, where our beginning balance plus those materials purchased, that's our additions, minus our ending balance would equal that cost of materials used. This piece will then move to the next section, to section 2, where we calculate our total manufacturing costs. This is where we add those 3 product costs together to get to our total manufacturing costs incurred. This piece then moves to the next section, our work in process. We take our beginning balance plus those additions, which are our total manufacturing cost incurred, minus the ending balance in our work in process to get to our cost of goods manufactured. And finally, when we are done with that cost of goods manufactured, we will move on to actually find the cost of goods sold. To do this, we look at the finished goods account. We take the beginning balance of our finished goods, add those cost of goods manufactured, that would be our additions, subtract our ending balance in the finished goods account to equal our cost of goods sold. And finally, we are done.